Today I'm going to present service request automation. So we're going to go to maintain items, and I'm going to show you an existing catalog item that I created. For creating a new one, you're going to press the button new. We put the name of the catalog item, we set it active, we put the submit, we set the flow, and then the variables. So single line text, first name, this is the question, this is the name, this is the type, it's active, it's mandatory, this is the order. And the rest we keep as default. This is last name. This is also single line text, order 200, active, mandatory. For the email. For the email, it's also single line text, and we have here a valid regex for email. It's gonna validate that we have a valid email address. Date, which as you can see, it's not active. Reference, it's active. Department, this is going to bring data from the department table. We can specify any table, but for this case, we're going to use the department. We're going to keep the rest default. And title, which is a single line text. Similar to the other single line text variables. Now, this is our form, and as you can see here, first name, last name, and email are mandatory. Department and title are not mandatory. We're going to submit a request. We're going to put some data here. And let's say I'm gonna type a wrong email address and it's not a valid email. I'm gonna type a correct one. I'm gonna select a department. Keep in mind that when you select this department, this user, once it's created, is gonna be assigned to this department. And I'm gonna say developer. I'm gonna submit this request. We have this record, this request, which has created this request item. And on the request item, we can see the values of our variables. Now, I showed you that we have a flow. Once we have created this request item, the flow has started. On the flow designer, we have this flow where it's going to trigger on the service catalog and is going to get the variables, which I selected all of them. On step 2 is going to search for this group. This group it's a group created by me. This is the group of users that once they approve the request, the user will be created. Going back to the flow, I'm looking for this group. Then on step 3, I'm asking for an approval from any of the members of this group. So once one of the members approves or rejects, then it will move forward. It will check if it was approved. It will look in the sysuser group for the name of the group that's the same with the department, and it's gonna create a user record with first name, last name, email, department title, user ID. And this user is gonna be added to the group. So going back to my request item, I'll show you what will happen once I'm opening this and approving it. I'm going to go on the sysuser table, and the last record which was inserted just now, it's Dan, and it was created with user ID, name, last name, title, department. And if I look down here at the groups, I see that Dan is part of the IT group. Now, there's one more thing which, after Dan was created, has triggered a notification. So if I'm going on emails, system logs emails, this is the notification that has been sent. We can preview it. And it says, hello, this is a confirmation of new employee that has been created with following details. First name Dan, last name Malik, email address, title, department, kind regards, ServiceNow team. So I'm gonna open the notification and I'm gonna show you how I configure it. Here is the name of the notification, the table, which is the sysuser. This should be active, and this email address is triggered on insert or update, and I check the insert every time a record is inserted in the user table. It's gonna trigger this email. Who will receive? It will receive the new employee group. The persons that approve the request will receive it. And what will contain? Here I specify the title of the email and the content of the email, which is same as the one I showed you. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, subscribe to our channel.